you break into a sweat with even the thought of having company? I'm here to help. After trying just a few of my hosting tips, you'll be more than ready to say, come on over. Let's talk about the 5 essential items you need for any company gathering. So why is that important? Well, when you have someone over for company, no matter who they are, you don't want them going, do you have, or how do I?
Where's the lamb sauce?
You want to have it there ahead of time before they even know that they need it, right? So let's start with serving utensils. Now there are a number of spoons you can use. There is the giant spoon. I know what you're thinking. That is a freakishly giant spoon.
My spoon is too big.
Well, if you have something huge in a bowl, like somebody wants a massive helping of mashed potatoes, bam, this is your spoon. Or if it's an item that comes in chunks like a roast and you have it on a platter and you need to get it up off there and keep some of the juices in there, giant spoon. There are other shaped large spoons. Here's a nice fat round one, also great for mashed potatoes or something hefty. A regular size serving spoon. And then we have a slotted spoon. This is great for anything that's kind of juicy, like green beans or corn swimming in butter. And some people really like all of the juices on their plate, and other people, like me, don't want their food touching. So I'm going to want to drain that juice off of whatever I'm then gonna put on my plate. Slotted spoon. Then we have a gravy spoon or a ladle. And you might have something that you just need to get in a jus.
Gesundheit.
Or something really juicy that you need for the items that you have on your plate, and you just want just the liquid. So then you come on over and you use the ladle and you pour it onto your potatoes or your meat or whatever you're using. So spoons are essential, and then a serving fork. Now it might be tempting to just eat with this fork because look at it, huge. No, this is for serving. So let's say you want to stab your meat, because who doesn't like to do that?
When you have a knife, you want to stab.
And get it on your plate, and you don't necessarily want any of the juices. You're just gonna stab it down in there and right onto the plate. Serving fork. So all of these, really great to have on hand. You don't need them all at once unless you're having a lot of items, but all of these are great to have if you do need them. All right, so that's category 1. Well, you've probably noticed the next category, the serving platters and bowls. Now, I do like to collect serving platters and bowls that go together because I'm that way, but they don't have to go together. In fact, I have 3 items that are the same, and then I have 2 that are similar, but they go well with my yellow plates. So I like to have them as an option. So why platters and bowls? Why can't you just throw the pan of beans onto the table? You want to put it in a serving bowl. Also, little tip, if you have something hot that's going into a bowl, you can slip that bowl into the oven that's still warm from whatever you were making, and it may be 200 degrees or less, and you can warm the bowl. If you warm the bowl, then the food that you put in it will stay warm, and you can warm the platters also. So I have a little square platter that's good for smaller amounts, and I have a giant oval platter. I have a large serving bowl that's good for large amounts, but if you're having just 1 person over or 2, you might need just small serving bowls. But serving bowls are important for a dressed dinner table. So that's number 2. Number 3, condiment bowls. So we've talked about this before. No ketchup bottles, no mustard bottles, no jar of mayonnaise on the table. Friends, I'm serious about this. Put it in a little bowl. That makes people feel more special. Pass the ketchup. No, that is not special. Put a little bowl. People can use their spoons, put what they want. They can use their knife, put what they want, and then they can pass it gently and politely to the next person. Condiment bowls. If you don't have matching bowls, you can use a glass cup, you can use a candle holder even. Anything that's clean, you can put your condiment in and people can see it and use it. Works just fine. That's number 3. Number 4, butter. I want you to use a butter dish. Now, just in case you didn't know that this is a butter dish, it actually says butter, right? So sticks of butter go in the butter dish. This is not in a good shape butter dish. We use this butter dish all the time. It keeps the butter room temp, but protects it. So people can pass this. Please don't put a tub of butter onto your table when you have company. Why? Because it's not special, and we want special items for special company. So butter dish, it's great to have. They actually have ones where you can put a whole block of butter on there. That's a lot of butter. Maybe you're having a lot of people. It's pretty cool. It's kind of square. You can also just put butter in a little tiny serving bowl like this, a little tiny condiment bowl. You can stick your butter in there and pass that around. Do not slam a tub of butter onto the table, I'm begging you. That's number 4. Number 5, salt and pepper. Now there are some schools of thought about this. Some chefs don't want you to add any salt or pepper before you actually taste it because they've worked hard to get the flavor just right. I say, let them do what they want to. They're company, so if they normally add more salt, just go ahead and let them. But put them in nice salt and pepper shakers. I think we picked these up at some outlet store. I have really no idea where we got these. You can see that it's salt and you can see that it's pepper. Also critical. Don't make people guess which one is which and they think they're doing salt and they get a whole bunch of pepper and they don't like pepper.
Is this one supposed to be a mixture of salt and pepper? Because this one's saying it has salt in it. Or is it just, it says the word salt on it, so I put salt in it. This says pepper on it. I have no idea what's going on.
Let them be able to see, maybe it has an S on it, maybe it has a P on it to let you know it's salt, pepper, but have this available. And if you can, if you have a large group of people, have 2 sets available. One set at one end and one at the other. Now I can go super fancy and I have salt cellars. I also have, those are just little tiny bowls with tiny spoons and that's super, super, super fancy, super special. I also have little tiny individual salt and pepper shakers. And one holiday gathering here with the family, Jimmy, my husband, looked at those little individual salt and pepper shakers and he's like, people are gonna think we're rich. It looks that way, we're not. So if you have those and you're dying to use them, use them. People love them, they're a great topic. So you could see, I have a setting for one here. I am surrounded by all good things. I always use a knife, a spoon, and a fork. I place them all when we have company because you don't know what someone's going to want to use to get their butter or their condiment or a little bit of au jus. They might just want to reach in there and just a tiny bit. So go ahead and have it all ready. I always have a main plate and a salad plate or a side plate for people like me who don't necessarily want things touching. That way, if you have a meat and a potato and kind of a juicy side, I could put it on this little plate. So everything you see here is about usage, comfort, and beauty. If I can do it, you can do it. You probably have a lot of these things on hand. You just haven't used them. Let's get them out, rinse them off, and put them on the table. People love a beautiful table. Trust me on this. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get these items out, take a good look at them and think, I'm gonna treat someone special today. Let's do that together. See you next time. It's still ticking. Because the oven is still on. Let's turn that off, shall we? You don't want that. You want to be thinking ahead of what someone will need and then provide it before they need it. Let's start that again.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.